very open-spaced map. Earlier today, some slow starts to the game. I kind of wonder how this one's going to go for these two teams.
Yeah, I think you make a great point there, because vastly different to Layer Cake in terms of its sort of setup there. Now, Layer Cake's the kind of map where the crew from Tribe can play a sort of close-up composition because they can dodge a lot of the poke damage coming in. Sprout also worked there because you can box people in. Here it's a little bit harder, but so many sharpshooters still available, right? That ended up getting banned off. I do like the Poco and the Max bans here, right? You take away some of the safe like to adopt, especially like the safe sort of mid-max, whether they want to go aggressive, obviously, with that super, or sort of play safe there. So Tribe want to try and bait their opponents into playing the riskier setups, because I feel like that they feel like they can win. We saw that already, sort of with the Mortis and Buzz look from Tribe are not afraid to take the risky road.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed so far as well. But look at this. Look at the comp that Navi are running. The Mortis and the Frank. We are not wasting time in terms of the game. We went straight in, and Navi went straight for the prize. Taken care of now, but Drake had to earn that mech pretty quick to be able to defend that.
Absolutely. Spentner just got absolutely blown up. I think he thought he could get up close and personal to the Frank, but he's punished there. Drake, he wanted to try and get that super hit on towards Jason, because Mortis is pretty darn squished. He's going to be knocked out of the mech here, and Spen's going to be in trouble. He goes for the super, full treatment lands, but MMA's going to walk it in. Is there anyone to stop him? MMA, he just sends it into the back of the net.
Nicely done. Got to be said, especially because so many pros now are kind of edging towards Life Plant as a saving maneuver on the gadget side. It definitely has lived popping Pinkish into a state where sometimes it's actually quite useful to have in those preventation measures. Let's see now, Spin passes the ball forwards. Oh, a nice Life Plant there from Tom, and it did actually help get the takedown onto Cube. So great synergy there. The super going down as well. Trying to, I imagine, bait out the super here. That's why Tom's able to walk it in. I can't believe that MMA did not go for the smash there.
It seems like it was a little bit too late. Maybe MMA expects to have a little bit more time, but Tom had himself positioned in that bottom left corner, and it's a miscalculation, I think, there from Na'Vi, who had the tools to slow that down.
Nice super pass away from Spen.
He's so buttery smooth.
I think he had to, he had to push it away. Surely it's there! It is there! Tribe are able to get the second goal, despite being behind for the start of the game.
Oh, Spenny's unreal there. You saw what was happening. MMA was trying to go for the setup, right? Fire off the ball, go for a stunning blow and secure a goal. But Spen received the super shot and then is able to get the ball away, and he doesn't get caught by the stunning blow. That is dirty. Dirty stuff there. And again, I like it. They're showing a little bit of flair here. It's a lot of fun to see. Na'Vi, we played that kind of with Byron. That Byron super can really turn a fight around in a pinch there. So great read from Tribe to have a pretty solid composition against that.
Yeah, but I gotta say, I loved the way that Navi came out so quickly. They knew they had the kind of shock treatment behind their pick with the Mortis and the Frank, and they wasted no time at all. Got that early goal, but you gotta hand it as well back to Tribe Gaming EU for that they handled being under that pressure. Spend that super pass away because he knew that that blow was going to potentially land, and it probably should have done for all intents and purposes. And then here, well, and able to get it back before the shot go through. Great plays from Tribe Gaming EU.
And look, I'm loving the use of Life Plant there from Tom. Yeah, you're right. That popping pincushion there against the Frank would have actually got the elimination, prevented the goal. But the Life Plant usage was really clutch from Tom in a couple of those situations there. It's a huge tool to have a spike if anyone tries to, or if you need to block some of those shots coming in. And yeah, the mech comes out here for Drage, and once he gets in the mech, he looks pretty scary.
Yeah, it's again a brawler which now players have had time to really get down, to grasp with, and to see the strengths, see the weaknesses. So we are seeing more and more of Meg, but yeah, surprised in terms of the lack of back. Honestly, because she really is a force to reckon with, can change the flow and swing the game around at any given moment, really. Yes, it's a brawler which is only really when you have got it, but once you get in that mecha, everything changes. You're able to.
Yeah, right. I mean, her super and mecha form does like more than 3.4k, right? So you know, you can basically one hit, you know, a brawler that's taken any damage that's not franked, which is huge. And Drage was very solid with that one. He did not miss. He could be the big tip. Jason trying to go in, full treatment, drop the spin. Also a self-injector, so all the healing coming out, and it's not enough. At least it doesn't keep Drage up. MMA wants to try and come forwards here. Active noise cancelling. No, it's going to be Tom to find the elimination. Ball heading to the top left.
Like good decision making there from Tribe to leave Cube and just kind of get that off the respawn or get the ball away in the eventuality that it would be able to play with Jason then coming in, getting the cycle, finds it, second super coming in, Spence connected, surely MMA can walk this in, it's not going to be enough DPS, that is going to be the same story, and Avi will get the first goal.
You can see just how much depends on Drage. Now he's able to do that. He didn't have his super available beforehand. Now he has to play a little differently here, but Jason still wants to go aggressive, but he does. Clean Spence clock. Perfect lifeblood there, and okay. Not
at all. Oh my word. Jason. He was absolutely popping. I mean, he was on fire that game, and I think a very different game. The pins said a lot to me as well. I think that was their plan originally all along. It didn't work out in the last game, but it absolutely did in that game, and you could see that was kind of what they envisioned off the back of their scrims. You know, that was the plan. It just didn't kind of show itself, but watch this from Jason. Absolutely disgusting. There's the second super, lining it up, taking his time, and just popping off as the Mortis. Not an easy brawler to play on back ball, by the way.
Absolutely. It's such a wide open map. What worked in his favor, I guess, was Drage spinning a and the Amber not really getting a lot of impact. I wonder what the idea was there for Tom. What was he trying to achieve with the Amber? Because, I mean, he's got dove on every time by Mortis. And yeah, 63% team damage. That sounds about right.
Yeah, I would say so. But we didn't necessarily even need to see the statistics to know that Jason was absolutely tearing it up on that side of things. Wow, that is impressive. But I think you make. I think that the Amber has got to change. I think that is not working for me. I do feel like the Meg, though, however, is a brawler which is fantastic at utilizing the aggressiveness, the tankiness rather of this Navi comp, because it's very easy when you're playing a big brute like a. If I'm not dodging these shots, I am feeding a mecha that is going to come back towards me. And, you know, with some of the other brawlers, it's kind of easier to be, you know, more cautious around that. When you got all that HP, it's sometimes easy to forget that Meg is dangerous when she has super. So, I do like the Nate comp. I think that this was their plan. I think they're probably going to keep it, but I definitely agree. The Amber, for me, it just wasn't working.
I mean, this matchup is delivered. Both teams have busted out the Mortis straight off the bat. You know, a pick that we used to get especially excited for in our monthly finals, because in so many cases it wasn't really viable. But now that the coiling snake sort of extra dash distance is baked into Mortis, he's much more of a mobile threat. And you can see how Jason was able to cross the maps effortlessly there as well, especially with super available. It's just so hard to blow up the Mortis, and the burst damage is real. You want to see more of the Meg? Again, if you're Frank, you want to take damage. Small amounts like Meg provides, but Meg was happy enough to, well, hit a large target and build up. All right, Drage, what have you got for us here? He's clearly still feeling confidence, and it's time to see what Tribe have to try and close out Brawl Ball.
Yeah, I mean, I like the... especially if Navi are going to run these big tanky ideas, and I know that Drage does love and is a fantastic B player. I don't know whether that's why he's getting quite smiley, because again, the Frank coming into play, the B would be a great counter to it. He's actually going to stay with the Meg. I don't know, but Tom going on Tara. Hang about, Tom. Is this the right time? As we know how your Tara pulls go, Tom. You thought this through. Again, we've been saying time and time again today that teams have been screaming some crazy ideas, but Tom on Tara, I don't know, Uber. I've seen it all.
Okay. Obviously going up against well, it's a mobile composition he's going up against, with the exception of the Frank here. So, yeah, landing these pulls is not going to be the simplest thing. Cube also waiting for someone to walk into the circle. Tom finally deciding to help him out and to help him with a little bit of super up. Okay, there's the aggressive play from Jason, and it's beautiful spin. There's no burst healing available from self-injector. It comes over time, and it's too slow.
Yeah, Dredge was in a difficult spot realistically there. Couldn't do much more than he did. No honesty, the walls are down after the result of MMA. And look at this, the hunt is on and Navi can smell the goal. There's the walk-in. Q will be the man to do it. And that is a lot of pressure. And yeah, the timer coming down to that 1 minute mark means that Tribe have got to respond very quickly.
Navi threatening here. Obviously, Tribe at the risk of losing. And Straight up to get in this mech here, but Jason goes deep. Gets the mech out. Okay, that's the gravity used to secure the kill on Cube, but Jason is still at large. Oh! Sends him packing now, and a stunning goes. Gonna get two. Okay. Still, MMA is caught in position with that gravity. That's the only thing stopping Tribe Gang from getting ruined.
Oh, I thought that was going to be going in because I think that's what ideally what Tom wanted was to get the suck, the pull there to be able to take away. Work out the way. I think that Tribe intended, and there's a good team wipe there for Navi. The ball coming through. Cube has got that super pass. He goes straight on Spen with the stun. Oh my goodness me, Cube! Oh my word! What a calc! And the chaining of that was just unreal, Uber.
I mean, it was disgusting. I mean, torpedo throw in, backs off the target. He knows he doesn't even need to, finish off the stun target, and he has the super shot available. That is filthy stuff. You'd love to see that, clever gadget used there from a Buzz player, and Navi had it all figured out.
That was amazing. That was a fantastic Buzz moment, and just great utilization of those supers to really make the distance just incredibly quickly. And that was a great moment for Navi to turn this one around. You can see just how much they needed that to bring back the smiles on their faces, because until that moment, again, I was looking mainly towards MMA. I was getting a little bit scared, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, the Mortis play is looking very, very good for Navi as well. There is not much that Byron can do once that Mortis comes charging for them. And I think, yeah, it was a tough one for Spen. He was like, well, guys, I mean, unless I have a super available, I can't burst heal myself. I can't heal myself without a gadget in general. So unless we do something healing up based on that damage. But here's some of these moments from this set so far. And slow start for Navi, but my God, when they got going, they were unstoppable.
Yeah, they are a dangerous team when they have momentum, and they need to bring this round back around. Tied up to be in a better headspace, and yeah, you can never. I often say that you cannot underestimate Navi. They've been putting a ton of preparation in for the World Finals, and it's been noticeable to me. These are the comps that they do it with. They like their big, like a lot of range, and it's kind of interesting that they can play a lot of those tanky brawlers on maps which would normally require a lot of range. This moment here from Cube, unbelievable. The pass force, the super to stun, the gadget then to get the super yet again for the second time, the instant value of the back of that, and oh my word, unreal.
So clever.
Yeah.
And again, like, you don't care that your next super doesn't have a stun component, because you're not an enemy. You're using the super to get the stronger shot of the ball.
Yeah.
So in that case, really, it's as good as a normal super to you. It does exactly what you want it to do. Yeah, pretty swaggy, not gonna lie. That was very impressive stuff here, and a great way for Navi to bounce back in this series, showing that it's no fluke that they're the one team in the EECA region. And well, Tribe now. Is there a way to deal with his Mortis? Will that become a factor in, maps get track? Ring of Fire comes up here for Hot Zone in our third set.
Okay, well, I've got to be honest. This was throughout the majority of this year, Hot Zone by far from their best mode, and I'm sure for that reason, though, at the same time, preparations have surely gone in, because they're going to know it, and teams have been spending a lot of time addressing their weaknesses, but is this going to be one of those times when can do so? Ring of Fire in particular has been a map which they have really struggled with. It might even be, I believe, looking back, it was a 0% win rate on Hot Zone, I believe.
Not ideal.
Not ideal.
For sure. Look, again, I think Drage on the Mega was something you said you wanted to see more of there, but you saw how much he gets pumped when there's like 2 stuns to deal with, right?
Yeah.
like a torpedo throw stun and then a stunning blow, and all of a sudden Drage was no longer in his mech there. So, you know, he needs to not get in his own head there because he was targeted, he was focused down on that previous set. And, you know, and Navi definitely were looking at the least experienced player of Tribe to try and get in his head. Oh, okay. Oh, we have to lose. This is so cheesy, but such a powerful strat here, of course, on a map like Ring of Fire.
I do like it. I think it can still work. I've got to say as well, I love the Tara pick. I've been saying it for a long time. I think that Tara here can absolutely work. It's given teams like, you know, AC Milan Clash a... And if you get yourself knuckled in on that left-hand side, you can cause some serious problems. But now, Tribe starting to recollect. Pressure onto MMA is forced back behind the station there as Jason continuing to suppress those heals. Coming in big time from Spen. Just got a little bit closer now, about 10% between them.
Yeah, I mean, Jason had to get a little bit aggressive there. Drage is constantly being pumped with healing by Spen, but there's just too much for Spen to keep with. Cube getting up that close, all three cards connecting. There's no way you can keep your Lou in the fight. Now, Tom awkwardly has to double back a little bit there, but Spen is able to win the 1v1 against Cube. Navi, though, have a distinct lead here. They're so tanky. It's so hard for Tribe to break in.
Oh, good connection there from... Drage was going to survive that one. It looked very, very close indeed, but they do manage to get the takedown there. MMA coming back in now, but a lot of good momentum already with Navi. Cube, you super... So they've got full control, and they are suppressing this one so successfully well. Look at the aggressiveness of that PAM healing station as well, so far forwards, and they can afford to be.
I mean, it's the Lou gadgets that are so scary as well. If you're sat inside that super, I mean, the gadget use will just add 50% to how frozen you are. Look at that, MMA's blown up instantly. Again, Lou Super's all over the place here. It was super cool that he's going to be doing some freezing, but it's the tankiness of the PAM. Hard to deal with. They're body blocking the healing station, but Jason's in trouble. Doesn't matter so much time because of their durability on the point.
Fantastic work from Navi. Again, I did like Con from the get-go, but they wasted no time in getting down to the gritty, and I think that for me was the most important thing. They went straight to the zone. They had to make... As soon as they had the moment to kind of like relax a little bit, they did not do that. They just kept going, keep pushing that healing station forwards. And yeah, I did like the PAM over the Byron myself. I think Byron is definitely a really, really good idea to bring in. But PAM has just got so much ability to have a lot of team mechanic and teamwork there. Clearly thinking the same kind of lines with the Lube. For me, yeah, the PAM from Jason provided so much value from that healing station.
And oddly enough, the Spike and Tara elements were actually not as relevant in that particular round. I don't think that we needed to see any huge from the Tara there to really make the difference. It looks very messy, right? You're watching the point, both Luz are just throwing those supers down. Drage with considerably more damage, but much of this who just healed it straight back up.
Yeah, and actually, you know, you can see there, like, you know, in terms of the stats, you know, MMA, more kills, you know, less DPS, and but again, Hotson's an objective mode. You gotta be in the zone. You've got to be able to, you know, pass over to your teammates and make sure that they are spending time also in that zone. You know, when you're going to go down, someone's going to take your place. I think do anything crazy, but that's why I love that particular brawler as a pick. It's pretty much just there to away the pressure, and all you have is that super, and even necessarily use it just on and show your opposition that, you know, I'm a threat right now. You can't push me, and you can sometimes even blink your super just to say, yeah, look, you know, this is the thing. You keep your distance and we'll be just fine.
I mean, Cube's taking his glasses off. You know, it feels like it's giving him too much of a... He's actually trying to, you know, make things more difficult for himself here to even up the playing, at least it seems that way. Navi looking very, very good. A team that is just trending towards some of on Ring of Fire, and it's worked out brilliantly so far. Here from Tribe, if they bring it back in, make it packed. Ooh, very different. Meg is here. Navi still want to play Giga Tanky though.
We have seen this before this year. It's a lot, I've got to say. It's been a while since the Unfriendly Bushes came in. Such a favorable as this. Mark at the moment, though, is a great start for Tribe Gaming. You have taken back control very quickly. Drage with some great swipes there on the Meg, getting good value there. For MMA coming in as well. It's going to have to be his match here. Tom, though, this entire time has been sat in the mid.
Drage. That is nice from Drage. Obviously, Frank can be easy to juke, but not when you're a huge target like you're in this mech. Drage got another super there, and now he's going to regen some of that health, so it's going to be a little bit hard to get him out of this mech at the moment, and he's using the grow light to his own advantage. Super in mech at 3.4k or more damage gets to be used liberally.
Great work from Tom there. Cube as well kept very low as a result. I think that's a brawler which is fair to say Tom would love to go towards. I'm surprised it took so long to see it, in all honesty. It's one of his go-tos here. Drake has to swipe main low despite all that HP, but now this is the chance for Navi. The score is actually very close, all considered. Tribe has some great moments, but look at this. It's almost neck and neck.
Yeah, I mean, the Grow Light, MMA getting to stand inside the bushes here on the point. Cube having a zone from his left-hand side and actually winning the 1v1 against Tom. It's going to be dangerous now for Tribe EU. Drake is trying to move up here, but Jason has another lifeblood, and again, menace for Tribe. Na'Vi come up with the goods once more.
2 sets to 1. 2 sets to 1, and yeah, I gotta say it's a lot quieter in the studio. Again, a lot of concentration, no doubt about it, from the Tribe guys. But I'd love to be able to hear that they are looking much more confident than they did earlier today, taking the lead now, which is a massively important factor here. And yeah, Tribe are gonna have to rethink this one and consider greatly how they proceed.
Absolutely, they have not been able to shake that off their back, right? Spen's found himself in that really unenviable position of being Byron and having to stave off the Mortis. You know, you kind of mentioned that you like the Pam healing and that extra durability. Also, Scrap Sucker can be, if you can hit that Mortis with it, you know, and try and make life, or just at least get value out of it in the middle of the map, it can make life a little bit hard there. But again, Byron is where Tribe want to be, and unfortunately 6 feet under is where Byron is. This matchup. City here, but put it out of your mind, I suppose, as you move on. Gem Grab is going to be our next game type, and you know, it'll be a classic map. Before we get there, we can review, because we came out with the Lou mirror match.
I mean, this was the thing. Again, similar ideas going in, no doubt. Tribe and Navi both clearly been watching each other. Whilst we've seen Lou making a mark, and they both seem to predict more or less what was going to happen here. But despite what I felt was actually going to be going in Tribe Gaming EU's favour in this particular matchup, because they had such a great start. And Navi, over time, overpowering the idea. Once all those 3 Grow Light bushes were in play, it just meant that there's so much more maneuverability and unpredictability on the side of Navi, and Tribe.
Yeah, absolutely. Cube obviously having a big impact here. In terms of utility, obviously the Grow Light gadget being there to create like a much more safe area for these tanky brawlers to actually stand on the point and be hidden at the same time. Especially if you're dealing with like, I mean, Crow, for example, he might have slowing toxin and just be really annoying, or, you know, having to deal with that mech of mech play from is huge there. So really nicely done there, and Na'Vi play around, letting their Frank just be hard to move from the point. Hard Rock Mine coming up in the Gem Grab.
Well, I think it's fair to say that Tribe Gaming probably grateful that it's not my. But I do like that one myself. But Hard Rock Mine is definitely much more of the OG style Brawl Stars maps, and Gem Grab, you know, arguably amongst the scene, one of the most balanced of the maps for Gem Grab. You know, we're going to see, I feel, some brawls that we've yet to see suppress those right and left hand sides. The bans, again, if you missed them at the beginning, were Poco and Max on the side of Tribe Gaming EU, Lola and Bell for Navi, and I think that they were very, very good back. Me, it's going to definitely give an interesting conversation towards who is going to be the gem carry in this match. Is it going to be a Jean? Is it going to be a Sandy? Is it going to be a Piper? It's definitely going to make an impact, and how those lanes are held, it's going to determine whether those gems can be contested or not.
Yeah, I like Tribe's idea of banning safe mids. You know, making it hard for, you know, or at least leaving less of those really safe gem carriers available. Max is used all the time in this map, right? You mentioned Sandy in the mix. Leon is still there, so there are still a ton of ways of, you know, having a carry that can sort of do work. So okay, Mortis here for Drage. He is not messing about, but again, I mean, everyone's so tanky on the side of Na'Vi. Like, where do you find the damage?
The Gorilla coming into play yet again as well, and yeah, Navi wasting no time at all to get that laid down, and, or Tom rather, and MMA both making their own pushes. A lot of this map is going to be filled with that, and unpredictability coming into play, yeah. Pushing the mid, Spen going to be get some punches to connect here.
There's got to be some respect for that torpedo throw here. The stun for Drage, it spells his demise. He cannot get caught like sort of crowd control out in the open. In the pan, that's going to be less than easy for Drage, and he wants to try and dive in on the gem carrier. A lot of damage. Lifeblood used Jason so low, but throws that healing station down. Spen tries to step in to help out, and Drage is still standing, but the gems are still with Jason for now.
Who's on 616 HP. Lucky to survive that situation. TS came on accordingly to ensure that those gems, they did good, they were going to remain there, but it's the moment that Tribe have got to capitalize on again. It's the match point, great aggression, throwing down the healing station as well. Tom has got 2 gems there. He's got to be very, very careful coming back from this spawn.
He's not getting away. The stuns from Cube have been absolutely pivotal here. First on Drage, who's trying to drive in, try and find a way to get access to Jason. Then is to take 2 gems away from Tom. This is looking dire for Tribe, and there needs to be a big play made here. Drage.
MMA pops the super. Drage going in with the timing perfection there, but the gems were dropped, and there were Tribe's gems that dropped, not Navi's. They're going to be picking them back up, a bit of reset, but nonetheless, that is a great moment for Navi to have to capitalize with those 12 gems safely in the pocket for Jason.
Navi going to be whiling away these last few moments comfortably as Jason sheepishly backtracks to the top of the map with 12 gems to his name. And there it is. The Buzz play was just incredible. You know, we think about Buzz as an assassin arc who wants to dive in, eliminate these single targets. This was offensive Buzz play. Navi realized their most potent tool in their arsenal was the stun, not the engage from Buzz. And you let torpedo throw time and time again to make so Drage could not get to Jason. Watch him try and do this. Look at Q's positioning here. Straight in.
Yeah, no messing about. And again, what Navi have been so good at recently and so great at showing us like how much better they're performing. Having that constant supply of support, which has been something which they struggled a little this year, but making some big changes now in terms of the scoreline. Again, you know, much more kills on the side of Navi there with the 4-2, which it might not sound like much, but in gem grab, it was a big difference. Very, very close.
Those are the gem carriers.
Yeah.
They're very relevant. I mean,
yeah,
the fact that one gem carrier has no deaths should tell you all you need to know.
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly. Well, I mean, now Tribe Gaming EU's tournament lives depend on this next game. They've got to make big changes, and bold ones at that, or their journey here could be over today.
It's a single elimination tournament. Tribe game loved by so many. You know, it's so many huge fans of this team. Wanted to see them go all the way, but it's Navi and Khabib, the MMA dynamo, stand. And his play is just as scary as his facial hair, I'm telling you right now. It's been a long road for this Tribe team, you know what I mean? They had a roster shuffle. They take a chance on the young gun, Drage, the wonder kid, to try and take them to greater heights. Spen and Tom, they want to hoist another trophy. They want to relive those 2019 dreams. But right now, they're on the precipice of being eliminated.
Yeah, this is where it all counts. It all moment, choosing the right brawlers, and also, you know, going in to hope that you've got the right timing to choose those brawlers. At the moment, Navi keep using the same strat, bringing in the Rosa, having the Grow Light, having the Frank, big brutes. The poker ban as well doesn't seem to be affecting their attempts to continue doing this idea, which must be a pattern which has been recurring recently. And you know, how do you go against that? How do you counter this idea? Again, we haven't seen a B played at all by Tribe yet. It's a brawler which I know that Drage does play. But, you know, this is where the mind games take control. If they were to change towards that now with the 10 counter idea, is this the time that Navi don't play that Strango or something else? And they've been so good at that recently. The mind games is where they've actually been at their strongest.
Here it is, Tribe Gaming EU fighting for their World Finals life. They're coming with a Buzz here. Drage wants to try and match Cube, and they get that elimination there in the Buzz fight at the top of your screen. Jason now has much more to threaten him. Drage fancies a safer kind of assassin this time around.
Yeah, Tom being cautious on the left as well, but he's going to well. But this is what I mean. The support is always there for Navi. MMA was there, had the fists connecting nicely. Drake as well, going to stun the turret and also MMA to get out of the situation. But look at Cube, he's on fire. The guy cannot be stopped. He's so low now, though. And Spen has a hasty retreat.
Great timing from Tommy. Body blocks there for Spen. Keeps the gems on the carrier, but Rage falls. He had a couple of his own after a successful foray and assassination on Jason. MMA's not going to get away either, though, and this puts Tribe in the lead. This is going to be a scrappy affair. Not one-sided at all. No, it's going to be close, but he gets a stun on Drake. He's going to be able to get away with those gems now. Healing station thrown down to keep Cube alive. And stun on Tom, and he's eliminated. This is getting out of hand.
Cube's insane. Absolutely insane. And I'm just going to go out and say that. I've been saying it for a very long time. I do feel like he is so well this year. Fantastic aggression and cycling ability from that man. And he's not done yet. Continuing on now. But can Tribe stop this? One more gem to spawn countdown. And it's coming out over.
Huge scrap sucker there from Jason. It looked like Drake. He had to turn tail and run instead. 12 seconds left in the round now. Strong stuff used by both Roses. Tom's trying to get towards the pan, but MMA stands in his way. Dre's gets served on by Cube. He's forced up away. He doesn't have the health for this, and there it is, a reset. You're right. Navi is still close, though. They need one more to get the counter going.
Oh my word, can Tribe continue to keep this one up? The gems are split, it must be said. I don't think it's time for enough of a reset to spawn from the mid. Q going in, does get taken care of, but Tom had to use his super to go in. He won't be able to go as aggressive as he is, but the stun from Drake, the connection is there. MMA is going low, it's the time and take down enough. I think that Navi may just have it, and they have knocked out Tribe Gaming EU.
Absolute exaltation here for Navi. Competing in the ECA region, looking over at the competition in Europe and thinking, yeah, we could take a piece of that. We could make a splash in that region. Well, now they've done so in one of the biggest ways possible, downing crowd favorites Tribe EU in the first round of the World Finals. And you can see these champions of the past will remain champions of the past.
It's not been a good day for EMEA. It has not been a good day for EMEA, as again, I said from the beginning, you know, I fully expected us to see many upsets this, over the next 3 days, and it's the beauty of Brawl esports. You know, when people have of their predictions, I'm just going to put it out there that I got all four wrong over. I am that guy.
Ooh, no, all of your votes are gone.
Every single one wrong. And it just goes to show, you know, when you're in a different environment, there are so many more factors at play.
I mean, we've been talking about this every monthly final. I always ask you, how do you think this region stacks up? It's an impossible question to answer, really, but I get you to do it anyway because, you know, all of these regions are competing at the same time. They're looking across at each other and going, okay, maybe we can do that better. Maybe we can adapt this strategy and make it our own. Both of these teams went for the Mortis play. Tribe came out of the gates. I mean, Dre's just popping off. They came out of the gates confident, looking strong. But Na'Vi, again, it was literally Khabib versus Connor. You know what I mean? Na'Vi just got in control, slowly started to constrict Tribe, start to strip away of all that bravado, and then strike the finishing blow. Really impressive starstruck at all by this team, and Tribe just, they didn't have the, honestly, the composure to carry them through here.
Yeah, I've got to be honest, that for me, if we had to choose a defining moment of when things started to turn in Navi's favor, was the buzz play in Backyard Bomb. It just was. And from that point on, everything just started to click. And I know I don't know who MVP will be. For me, it is Cube. It has to be Cube. That man was cycling every brawler he chose so successfully well. A load of the issues that we're having in the Tribe side were pretty much the direct result of him on that buzz.
Right, again, Buzz is just unbelievably powerful. It's not just the mobility that can get him right. So first we saw it in Brawl Ball. We actually saw the cheeky tech, of course, by giving yourself that extra super with the gadget to get a super shot. But again, the stuns against Mortis are just incredible. Buzz is a lifeguard. Everyone's like he's an assassin. He goes in. No. He does, turn around and go back to the help of his teammates. Such a fascinating brawler because he has real support potential there. And you see that happen. Appealing for your teammates. Tribe cottoned on to that particular Mortis counter way too late, Arc. I mean, they couldn't figure out why their Mortis wasn't working out. The buzz, by the time they switched to it, it was way too late.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think that I think it was a smart time for Tribe to try to make that comeback happen. But at that point in time, Navi's momentum was already there. Who is it going to be? It's going to be Jason that you guys voted as the MVP. Again, I didn't expect that I would get it right. But for me, I think Q played fantastically well as well. But Jason as well, a great performance from him.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This Navi team, they're the real deal, Arc. I mean, so they get a day off. They're going to take a break. And when we come back, they're going to be taking on Queen Knight, right? So two really vastly different regions. But we've now realized that both of those teams have these insane individuals, like sick mechanical prowess, right? That sets up an incredibly fun quarterfinal there, I think, as well. And now, tell me, you know, you guys, we'll talk over this play of the day as it comes in, actually. I'll save the question a little bit later, but of course there are quite a few moments that we saw over the course of today. Very exciting first game. I mean, seeing SK Gaming go up against Tribe NA was incredible. BK Roger INTZ, though, had some fantastic moments for us too. Firecrow really popping off.
Oh, yeah, I think I was just saying that he was struggling, and then he came back with this, and I instantly said, I've just eaten my words. Firecrow absolutely fantastic in that match, and just gave back the control and the flow in favor of INTZ to go on and take it. They were playing phenomenal, but there was a couple of moments where they were struggling, and that was a big pop-off moment for him, no doubt about it.
I mean, Firecrow hyped up, though, I think is one of like the nastiest sharpshooters, especially in Brazil. The guy is like a young prodigy, right? So this is definitely where he is looking to shine and make his impact. And look, INTZ, I think, have really high expectations on their shoulders, right? After having second place in the past, they're expected to be here, they're expected to dominate, and here on LAN, which is a huge difference maker. So it might give them a reason to stow their protestos, you know, if they can make it through this bracket a bit further. But what a first day! We have two of our quarterfinals locked in. Let's look ahead though, because we have some fascinating games, right? TIG Origin versus Reply Totem. I mean, just need to run out of European teams, by the way. Arc, I just want to point that out there. Aren't that many left?
Yeah, I see that, Uber. I see that. Yeah, 3 down, 2 to go. Yeah, and but again, you know, I'm all for it. I genuinely am all for it, because I do hear a lot of times, you know, everyone favoring EMEA. I've said, still maintain that I think that the strongest meta, in my opinion, does come from that region. But you need moments like this to remind other regions that you guys can still take down others, and it's an equal opportunity. Anyone can come in and cause an upset. I think that is a big, if not the biggest story of today, and we'll have to see how the Day 2 EMEA teams battle out tomorrow. If there's any EMEA hope. I think it's been an NA hope for too long now. We need some EMEA hope.
Absolutely, and obviously you can do that via your predictions as well. If you feel like these EMEA teams have a chance to bounce back and make tomorrow's matches, head over to event.brawlstars.com. You can watch, interact, and earn rewards, and that's where you can make those predictions, the ones that we're bringing up here on broadcast and using to discuss. It looks like all those people that favored Na'Vi to win were on the money, and that team is on the way to something as well if they can keep making things happen there. Obviously, $1 million to play for is incredible stuff there. It's a huge prize pool. It's a huge tournament. It's the defining moment of the Brawl Stars year. And what a great way to start things off. I mean, very quickly before we start to wrap things up, favorite moment of the day? Just give me one off the top.
Question, because like my favorite moment is someone else's worst nightmare. I think you know, for me, what a way to start things with Tribe Gaming NA versus SK Gaming. I think that was a fantastic moment just to watch from this. The Lord that I am not on the playing side on either team, actually, but the way that we started off, that energy, the electricity in the Brawl house was unreal here. You can hear the shouts, hear the screams. You feel like you're on the journey with the player. So I've got to say, like, that first matchup for me was probably my favorite moment, to be reminded of why, you know, LANs like this are just such a great experience on the casting side.
incredible way to start off our Brawl Stars World Finals. Great to be here with you, Ark. Of course, tomorrow, local time, EET, 11 a.m., we're going to be kicking things off. We've got 4 more of these matches to get through before we can even start with our quarterfinals. So be there, ladies and gentlemen. The Brawl Stars World Finals resumes tomorrow. We'll see you then.